So if I look at this second function, first I'm going to do is I'm going to try to simplify this thing. Right, my denominator can factors into x plus 3, x minus 3. So if I find my domain restrictions first, where's my train? So domain restrictions are going to be whatever this denominator equals 0. So x equals -3, x equals 3. I'm going to then simplify, right? I can cancel out those threes. Since they cancel completely out of the bottom, there's going to be a hole, right? So it's going to be a hole in a second. That's going to be a vertical asymptote. So my simplified function is just f of x equals 1 over x minus 3. All right, so then holes are going to occur when I plug -3 into the simplified function. So f of -3 in the simplified version, 1 over -3 minus 3. That's going to be 1 over -6 or -1/6. So -3, -1/6 is where my hole exists. If I want to find my vertical asymptotes, that occurred when x was equal to 3. X-intercepts, right? So notice that my numerator can never be equal to 0. So this means my function is never going to hit the x-axis, right? There's no x-intercepts. If I want to find my y-intercept, I can plug 0 into either my original function or my simplified function. It's going to work out the same way. So f of 0 is going to be 1 over 0 minus 3. So just 0, -1/3. And my horizontal asymptote, again, doesn't matter if I look at the original function or the simplified version, right? So we're going to get the same thing either way. So if I look at this one, the top degree is equal to 1. The bottom degree is equal to 2. Right? So the bottom dominates the top. We're going to get 0 as a horizontal asymptote. Alternatively, my degree is 0. My degree is 1, right? Same thing, right? The bottom dominates the top here. So if I start to write in what I know, I'm going to have a horizontal asymptote of 0. We had a vertical asymptote when x was equal to 3. Maybe just put that over there. I know that I have a negative y-intercept. Was it like -1/3 or something? There we go. Again, kind of exaggerated, but I also know that I have a hole in this case, right? -3, -1/6. So let me put that thing in as well. Maybe I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit more and move that down there. So maybe right there, right? So this is -3, and that's -1/6, or whatever the value was. What was it by the whole? Yeah, -1/6. Right? This is like -1/3. All right, so then if I want to think about like what's happening to my function, this is an easy table of signs to create because there's no x-intercepts. The only thing that we care about is 3. We already know that there's a hole and a y-intercept from -infinity to +3. So we know that our function has to stay negative here, has to approach that x-axis, hit these values, and go off towards our vertical asymptote. So if I plug in something bigger than 3, right, my function was 1 over x minus 3. If I plug in something like 4, well, 1 is positive. That's going to be positive. So we're going to stay positive. My function looks like that. All right, so this is going to be the graph of our function.